So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, we get to the main event. It was CM Punk versus Jey Uso versus LA Knight in a triple threat number one contenders match. Winner of this match will be the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. So yeah, that's what this match is all about. In this match, it was a really good one. All three of these guys is beating the hell out of each other, coming up near falls a lot of times in this match. At one point, we actually see LA Knight hit a nice superplex onto CM Punk off the top turnbuckle, and then immediately Jey Uso jumps off the top turnbuckle with a Uso splash on LA Knight. He pins him. 1, 2, Knight barely kicked out at 2, and then we start getting towards the ending of this match where we see LA Knight hitting the BFT onto CM Punk, and then after he hits the BFT onto him, he got back up to his feet. Jay comes running at him. Knight moves out the way. Jay goes flying out of the ring. LA Knight pins Punk. 1, 2, the pin gets broken up at the count of 2 because Jay drags LA Knight out of the ring, and he knocks LA Knight out with a super kick, and then Jay climbs up the top turnbuckle, jumps off with the Uso splash, but then Punk puts his knees up and all that stuff, so Jay misses the splash, and then that's when Punk picks up Jay up on his shoulders, hitting the go-to-sleep onto him, pinning him for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, CM Punk defeated Jey Uso and LA Knight tonight in a triple threat match to become the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. But then, after that match ended, Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Paul Heyman, they decide to come out. The Vision comes out there, and then we see Jey Uso right there at the bottom of the ramp, and we see Braun Breaker come running down that ramp with a massive spear onto Jay, laying him out outside the ring. Punk was just staring at Breaker. Breaker then runs around the ring, spearing LA Knight outside the ring as well, laying him out. And then we see CM Punk surrounded by the Vision, and then that's when the Vision gets into the ring and starts attacking CM Punk. They're beating him down and everything. We see Breaker hit a spear onto Punk, laying him out, and then that's when Bronson Reed climbs up the top turnbuckle, jumps off with a tsunami onto CM Punk, laying him out as well, and then Seth Rollins tells them to get CM Punk out of the ring, so they knocked him out of the ring, and then that's when everybody raises their hands up, and the Vision standing tall to end off Monday Night Raw. But it wasn't over because we see Braun Breaker in the corner, and Seth Rollins did not know what was going to happen next because he turns around and he gets hit with a massive spear by Braun Breaker getting laid out, and then Breaker walks up to Bronson Reed. He tells him, "Are you with me or not?" And then Bronson Reed immediately makes his decision. He drags Rollins to the corner. He climbs up the top turnbuckle, jumping off with a tsunami. So it looks like Bronson Reed is sticking with Braun Breaker instead. And then Paul Heyman's checking on Seth Rollins, but then Breaker and Bronson pulls Heyman up, and then Breaker gets into his face saying something, and then Paul Heyman raises the Bronze's arms up. So yeah, to end off Monday Night Raw while they're over top of Seth Rollins. So yeah, that's what happened there. CM Punk is the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, and Seth Rollins got kicked out of the Vision. So yeah, pretty crazy stuff to end off Raw. I really like that ending to Raw. It was different. At first it was like, oh wow, the Vision's laying out CM Punk and LA Knight and Jey Uso. Once again, we see that pretty much almost every single week. But then they changed it up with the Vision kicking Seth Rollins out the group. So yeah, pretty crazy stuff though. But yeah, for the match, what happened after the match, I'll give it all 4 stars. As well, it was pretty good stuff. But yeah, I'll say that was match of the night, was the main event. It was definitely match of the night. But yeah, pretty good stuff. And yeah, for tonight's episode, Monday Night Raw, I'll give it 9 stars. That's why I'll give it. It was a pretty good show. Really enjoyed it. But yeah, that was Monday Night Raw. Pretty good stuff. Like, subscribe to CW Wrestling on YouTube. Subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris. And subscribe to this channel, Chris Mendales. And follow me on all my social media accounts. They'll be down there in the description box. And I'll see you guys later for tomorrow night's NXT reviews. See you guys later. Till then.